everybody. You know who I am. Heather again, back to read another work that is very dear to me. And it is by a poet that has been a part of my life ever since I remember. And there's a deepness to his work, yet it's easy for me to follow. And as I read his work, I become more aware of how much alike we are. The name of the poet is Selyts Nodrog, and it's called The Musings of Nodrog, a Poetic Carpet Ride. This poet is also known to me as Dad. Written by Selyts Nodrog in 1997. Challenge your mind. We are but a drop from a bottomless sea. A speck of dust in space are we. Unimportant in time, our place on the tree when measured by breadth of eternity. But we do make a difference, you and I, when raising our sights way up to the sky. Like bird on wing, our thoughts will fly to create and challenge if we but try. Look to history to find the spark. Discover the many who've left their mark. With wisdom and foresight, examples to hark, ignite a flame, dispel the dark. Unleash your energy, challenge your mind, ponder your instincts, then you may find solutions to problems where research has failed, and your place in history might also be hailed. And he writes this: following my scribbling of Reach for the Stars, which is another poem, onto some scrap paper. So following my scribbling of Reach for the Stars onto some scrap paper, which I tucked into a jacket pocket, my thoughts became preoccupied with other things of importance. It was much later that it reoccurred to me that I had completed the poem. Could I think at the time about where I had misplaced the paper? I hunted all of my niches that are drop zones where I know I can always find things, but to no avail. Disgusted, I gave in to my memory lapse. It was time to admit that the aging process was beginning to take occasional swipes at my RAM memory. I decided to wait a while to allow time for it to reappear from some not so obvious cranny. As time progressed, I was haunted by what I then considered an unfinished creation that needed to reach completion. Some of the words and phrases had become fixed in my memory, but the message I wanted to deliver remained unfulfilled. So the time had come to give up on finding the original and get on with the narrative, with a rewrite. The result of my second writing appears here, and given its own title, Challenge Your Mind. Though at least 6 months had lapsed between writings, it will be apparent that the intent of my message is the same. Not long after creating this new version, I came across the old jacket that I had in the back of my closet to be temporarily forgotten. Lo and behold, in its pocket, I found the crumpled piece of paper with the original poem. I pondered whether to toss one, but author's pride prevailed. So I offer both versions here. I believe the message can withstand being doubly stated. And so I want to also read Reach for the Stars. We are but a drop from a bottomless sea. A fleck of dust in space are we. Of no importance to God's grand theme, too small to matter, it might seem. But we can move mountains, you and I, when plans and goals are placed up high. Like an eagle in flight, the mind will soar to light the brilliance of its core. To study the past may be a guide to unleash thoughts so deep inside. For very few their goal did make without the benefit of mistake. We have been to the ocean deep, and in space we have dared to creep. The future beholds for those who strive to mark their place and feel alive. Look to the sky and reach for the stars. Your place may still await on Mars. Energy and brilliance are driven, you'll see, by your very own perceptions of thee. Selyts Nodrog in 1996. I love you, Dad. Happy Father's Day.